Hi everyone, today we are going to speak about building partnerships and why strong communication is essential if you have a baby or a child in nursery.
There's the nursery.
If you've got a child in nursery and you are not communicating regularly with the staff, or the staff are not communicating regularly with you, then there is a chance that your child's development could be held back and you don't even know it.
A child? A child?
When nursery staff, such as your key worker, which we'll go into in a lot more detail, isn't in sync with the parent, things are going to start going wrong.
Naughty, naughty.
Behaviour, dysregulation, behaviour problems at home. So what we have to do is ensure that communication is crucial.
Talk to me.
So let's talk about this in more detail. In the nursery, so we're talking babies and we're talking all the way up to 4 years old before they go to reception. And it says here, which I've got off the government website and the EYFS, is in early years settings within the UK, every child must be assigned a key person. This is a statutory requirement outlined by the EYFS framework, and it says each child must be assigned a key person. Their role is to help ensure that every child's care is tailored to meet their individual needs.
Little angel, my little angel.
To help the child become familiar with the setting, offer a settled relationship for the child, and build a relationship with their parents. In my eyes, the key person, me, for example, when I'm a key person, I am a key person, but the way I want parents to see me as a key person is an extension of that family.
Wormwood signed the adoption papers.
Because if your child's doing 5 days a week from 8 o'clock till 6 o'clock, they're probably spending more time with you as a key worker than they are with mum and dad at home.
It's true.
It's true.
So it is crucial that the key worker is so in sync with you, with parents, with the family, so that you're talking, you're communicating, you know everything that is happening.
I know everything.
When early years practitioners and parents work together, they can create a consistent, supportive network around the child. Now, according to the EYFS again, parents are children's first and most enduring educators. So partnership isn't optional, it is essential.
Let's work together on this.
When communication is missing, when there's bad communication from a key worker, when there's bad communication from the nursery, children will and can become dysregulated. So they're going to act out, they're going to struggle to focus, they're behaving, they need to seek attention. Look at me. They'll start throwing toys around the nursery, they'll start hitting people, they'll start biting people. All these little behaviours that, if they are doing this at such a young age, is going to carry them through nursery, and they're going to end up going into reception being very dysregulated. No. We don't want dysregulated babas.
I'm hyper. Officially.
So this is why it's crucial to have a very strong communication style with your kids. The National Literacy Trust 2021 have highlighted that aligned caregiving significantly boosts emotional and academic development.
Clever. Devilishly clever.
Supporting the fact that we need to have strong communication skills with parents if you're in nursery. Why communication matters so much is you're building an emotional safety blanket for that child. They're going to feel safe, their needs are going to be met, they're going to thrive, they're going to develop, and they're going to have someone to come to. So when nursery, when home, when management, when key workers, when parents, when everyone is in sync, that child feels safe, secure, hears a seed, blossoms into a flower.
Blossom.
We have to make sure that we are communicating. With my nursery in particular, is that we have like an internal app. This app updates parents on everything. It'll update you on your sleep times, on your washing your hands, on your eating, on your meals, on when parents are picking them up, when they're not, when they're going outside, when you've applied this, when you've changed nappies.
Honestly, the list goes on.
This is one form of communication that I use with the parents of my key children, and then when they also come and pick the children up or they pick the kids off, I love nothing more than to sit with that parent and speak about how that child is. And this ensures that the communication is so high so that I know everything about that child, and I'm now then an extension of the family. I can then sit down and go, oh, well, what's this child done this weekend? What's the child done that weekend? How can I best help that child to develop? And when mom turns around and says, oh, well, puzzles this week, I'll go, oh, okay, then so what we'll work on this week is we'll work on puzzles. Now, if mom doesn't tell me that, and if mom doesn't tell me that we're working on puzzles, then I just don't feel like the kid's going to develop where it needs to be.
I gotcha.
Each month we get observations, I'll do assessments, I'll keep parents updated with absolutely everything that they need to know about the child.
Is there anything else I need to know?
These are not just tick boxes. These are opportunities for both me as a key worker and parents to communicate, to understand how they're developing and how to make their child thrive.
So happy.
I'll use an example. So there was a parent that's come in, the child was bilingual, she was starting potty training. All the other practitioners were thinking that when this girl was making a noise, it sounded like she was just babbling some random words.
Blah.
Little did I know, I was like, these don't sound like babbling words. These don't sound like, bah, 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 bah. These sound like she's trying to communicate.
Can you understand me?
When mum comes in later in that day, I sat down with mum and I says, oh, do any of these words mean anything to you? And I repeated the words. I can't remember exactly what the words were, but she was able to translate them. I asked mom, can you give me, please, a cheat sheet of everything that this child says at home with basic one-letter words so that I can communicate more effectively with this child. I ended up being able to kind of translate like words that she needed to use for potty training. This child flourished within about 3 weeks. She knew what she was saying, she knew how to communicate with me, I knew how to communicate with her, potty training complete. We're talking age 1.5 years. Now this would not have been possible if I haven't had clicked on and thought, something needs to happen here, let's have a chat with mom, let's communicate, let's talk about what's happening, let's talk about her language barrier, and as a result, bang, communication is key, child's great, child's now potty trained, mom's over the moon.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
So there has been a study in 2021 in early child development and care that shows that strong parent and practitioner collaboration improves school readiness and emotional literacy.
So clever, so talented.
But I also want to speak about the ugly side of this, which is when a key person isn't doing their job.
Dear God, oh Lord, oh God, oh Lord.
If a key person isn't bonding with the child, some key people as well that I know of, like, oh, well, I don't like that child, or I'm not vibing with that child, or, they're behaving in such a way that I'm like, I don't want, anything to do with that. And this is when the child starts to suffer.
No!
They're going to withdraw from the person, and then these parents are just left guessing, why is my child acting like this at nursery? Now, to some parents, they think that when they come in and they ask these questions, that they're being annoying, that they're going to annoy us, or that they're not going to feel confident enough. Now, it's our job as key workers, and it's your job as a parent. If you feel that you want to ask some questions to your key worker or to your nursery, there are a couple of ways to do it. For parents that don't have a huge amount of confidence, send an email directly into the management. Or if you do feel that you have got a little bit of confidence, then I suggest just who's the key child, who's the key person, go up to that key person and say, can we have a meeting, can we have 10 minutes? It's their job for them to sit down and go, here's what I think is happening with your child at the nursery. This is where this is where you need to get everything out, and you need to say, I'm not happy with this, I don't like this, I don't like that, this isn't working. And it's for them to solve it out, because you know what your child is like at home.
Like an angel.
They're acting completely different at nursery, then it's definitely got to be something to do with the nursery. There are certain signs which we need to watch out for, like if your child's suddenly changing their behaviour, if they're having emotional outbursts.
They will damage her mentally, emotionally.
If they're feeling a bit distant, these are signs to me in which the child's needs are not being met, especially if you're not being updated constantly when you pick them up or when you drop them off. And if you feel that this is happening, then you can't wait. Don't sit there and maybe think, oh well, It could be something that they're going through, or like, you know your child the best. If you feel that you need to address these issues, you go straight into that nursery. You go in, you turn around and you say, look, I don't like that key person. My child's acting out. My child's a bit misbehaving at home. My child's throwing things at home. They weren't like this 6 months ago. They weren't like this 3 months ago. And all of a sudden, they've got a new key person and they're just acting completely different. Because in my eyes, and when I'm in a room and I see people are not in tune with their key children, they're completely different kids.
You're like a different person.
And I've seen these parents come in and I'm like, that child's completely different when mom turns up. So this child's needs are just not being met. So if you feel that you need to change that key worker, you just ask and you say, I don't want them anymore. I'm not vibing with them as a person. I don't feel like they're an extension of my family, therefore I just don't want them. Now, there's an Anna Freud Centre in London. They've reminded us that emotionally attuned relationships in early years have a direct impact on long-term development. So there is science out there that's saying that if these connections and if this communication style isn't where it needs to be, it can hinder long-term development.
Stop. Please.
If you feel like your kid isn't developing, it's time to change. It's time to pull out some of them emails. Time to get the telephone out. Dear Mr. Nursery.
Can I please speak to the manager?
Honestly, it's not about being picky. It's about protecting your kid and it's about understanding what your child wants. You know your child best. Bye-bye. No thank you, key worker. See you next week. I'll have another one. Ciao, ciao. Please remember that communication is crucial for the development of your child in a nursery. If you don't feel like your kid is having their needs met, talk to the nursery, change your key child. You should be coming in and you should be saying, like, the key person should be coming up to you and saying, here's what they've done today. They've had a great day. I love it when parents come in and I can have a chat with them parents. I love spending 10 minutes, sit down, how's everything going? How's she been at the weekend? Is there anything I need to know? Is there anything that's changed?
I'm pregnant.
Pregnant.
This to me is like, I'm part of the family. I'm learning about the family. My key children are like thriving, mate. They're young, you know, but they've got a brave, a 25-year-old, intelligent, great. If you just don't feel that the communication's there, collar the nursery up. Ooh, or go on reviews, like, what is it, day nurseries? I think that's like the Google review of nurseries in the UK. It's like day nurseries. So go on day nurseries, read the reviews. That's always the best place that you can start. If the reviews are down, next please. Anyway, for more tips, for more videos on early years, especially 0 to 5 at the moment, for anything on kind of psychotherapy, if you've got any comments that you want me to discuss, or if you've got any topics that you want me to discuss, please do. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, watch another video on mine. I'm going to point in one of these corners because a video is going to come up on one of these. I just spoke about kids in nursery, previous ones. So here, subscribe, do. Anyway, let's keep building better systems. Like me, because it helps. And I will see you probably next week. Go and look at my shorts because they're funny. I am just dripping.